Hi everyone! So if this is your first time joining me here, hi, my name is Heidi, and you are watching the Sunday segment here on Cult Creative, which we call Spill the Sea. So this is where we make space for anything that is creative, community-driven, or conversational. So every week we cover different topics depending on our actual theme for the week. And today you're actually going to be keeping me company, and we're going to be chatting a little bit as I show you my favorite meal to make, actually one of my favorite meals to make during Ramadan for sahoor, because I feel like it's super easy and it's super fast and simple. So let's get on to that. So before I start working with fire hazards and sharp tools, I'm just gonna tie my hair up out of my face and wash up a little bit so I'm a bit more awake to cook. So I'm going to start off by grabbing my ingredients. Today I'm doing a cheesy scramble. So of course I'm going to need 2 eggs. Then I'm going to grab some milk and a slice of cheese as well. I've always been more of a loaded egg girl, so I like to have herbs in my scramble. So I'm getting some dried parsley and some garlic powder because ain't nobody got time to be mincing fresh garlic in the morning. And some paprika, which I switch out for chili flakes when I'm feeling a little more spicy. Chicken sausage to have on the side, and what is breakfast without some good old butter? So whenever I do this meal, I always start at my toaster oven. So I'm just going to grab the tray right out of here, and I'm going to use this as the plate for me to butter my bread. So I always butter my bread first because I feel like it gives me like a fried bread texture, and who doesn't love fried bread? I like to use the tray instead of another plate because the last thing I want to be doing at 4 o'clock in the morning is doing more dishes than I have to be doing. You can definitely say I'm on that work smart, not hard grind. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to be chatting with all of you about what Cult Creative has been up to the entire week. So if you've been keeping an eye on our page, I'm sure that you've noticed that we've actually launched a special campaign in honor of the fasting month, which we call Seleksi. So Seleksi is the Malay word for selection, i.e. our selection of our favorite local creators who we believe encapsulate the values of the fasting month. On embracing our values for this first week, which were kindness and self-reflection, we featured brands such as Tangsi Tujuh, Donut Plan, and Sunbather Coffee. For hashtag Creative Crush Wednesday, Nadine Jasmine, Jupiter Isma, and Shannon were our featured creators. Towards the end of the week, you joined us as we went in session with Ina Huziyama of Her World on Thursday and Emma Megan Koo of Rio on Friday. Anyway, getting back to breakfast/sahoor, as you can see, I'm almost done with my bread. So right after this, I'm going to actually put it in my toaster oven without turning it on just yet because I'm going to do that once I'm done prepping everything else. Up next, I'm going to be sharing a hack with all of you that I found on TikTok by the user at Melanie, who shows us how to do the Dalgona coffee very quickly and with no hand mixer. So for this, you're going to need 2 tools, your cup and your whisk. Start off as you normally would when making Dalgona coffee. You're going to put in equal parts of your 3 ingredients. So I'm doing 2 tablespoons instant coffee, a little under 2 tablespoons of sugar so it's not too sweet, and 2 tablespoons of water. And I'm mixing it up a little bit, scraping what I can off the spoon because your girl don't like to waste. And this is when I noticed that my cup was too small for my whisk. So I ended up having to transfer everything to a bigger mug. Definitely do as I say, not as I do, everyone. Make sure that your cup is big enough to accommodate your whisk. And then I did my best impression of an experienced camper trying to start a campfire. And I know I sped this up, but I think it only took me about 30 seconds to get to this point. And then I set that aside. Moving on, I'm going to get started on my egg mixture. So I'm going to start off by cracking my 2 eggs, and I like to do this on a flat surface because that gives you a cleaner edge so your yolks come out intact. I know this is not super important with scrambled eggs, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I just like to see them come out that way. Then I'm going to add just the tiniest dash of milk, because if you've made a lot of scrambles, you might have gotten eggs that have leaked water. And some people believe that that might be because you add too much milk. So I'm just going to add my salt to taste and some freshly ground pepper and just whisk that all up. I also forgot my garlic powder, so I'm just putting that in. And to finish it off, I'm going to be tearing my cheese into small pieces, and you'll understand why I need to do that in a bit. So once that's all mixed in, I'm just going to put that aside. Finally, I'm going to butterfly my sausages so they cook faster. I sometimes also like to put mayo into my eggs because it gives me a fluffier scramble. So moving over to the stove, I'm just turning my fire on to about a medium heat level, and then I'm just gonna toss my sausages on there. Add some butter so that they don't stick to the pan and to help with the browning, also for the delicious factor. So I'm just gonna tip that to make sure that gets under everything and flip them as they go golden brown. So I always like to have my egg mixture nearby, but before I start on those, I'll always start my toaster first so everything finishes up at the same time. My eggs will go in right after my sausages because I'm hoping they'll pick up some of that good flavor. As you can see, I turn the heat off way before my eggs set because I'm a runny scramble person and I feel like that's enough doneness for me, and that's also why it's really important that the cheese be in very small pieces. Now I'm gonna assemble my drink. Hey, mistake cup making a comeback. Obviously, this drink is for those of you who don't sleep after sahoor or the caffeine lovers out there who are doing this for breakfast. So I always start off with my ice first and pour my milk over top because I feel like that chills the milk a lot faster, and then I'm just gonna top it off with the foam. Then I'll finish it off with a metal straw for me to stir and drink with. And to finish my meal, please welcome buttered toast to the chat. And that's our video for today, everyone. So once again, thank you so much for joining me on today's Spill the Sea. What did you think about today's episode in this vlog format? Do let me know in the comments. Hope you're having an amazing Ramadan, everyone. This is Heidi saying bye!